He's been the AD there. Will Shields, who played for Nebraska. Kelly Whiteside, former sports writer at USA Today. Carla Williams, who I believe is the athletic director at UV.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com. Welcome to the Havoc Hour, presented by Stockton Mortgage, your power play in mortgage lending.
NMLS 8259.
Call Jen DiTullio at 402-350-0392 for all your mortgage needs. Now, let's head to Zambrewski's upstairs at the Ice Sports Complex.
Welcome indeed to the Havoc Hour, right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, here at Zambrewski's, and a place you know quite well here. Not necessarily here at the bar, but certainly at the IcePlex, as Stuart Steffen kind enough, obviously, to be the guest right out of the gate. And, Coach, this is a lot of fun. I did a long time in the making, I would say, Coach.
Yeah, something different. It's exciting. I guess get to come in and talk hockey once a week. So, always enjoy that. So, again, excited for it. Should be good.
Well, and tell me a little bit about the weekend, a very eventful weekend for the Havoc.
Yeah, 2 games against Pensacola. Their team early in the year here that we've kind of had their numbers, so it was good. Playing at home Friday night, thought we had a really good game. Ended up being a really close game, but at the same time, thought the guys played really well. We're able to come out with 2 points there. And then next day, it's a bit of a tough travel day. We get up early that next day, travel down to Pensacola. Sometimes it takes a while to get the legs going. Heading down there, it was really hot and humid there. It took us a while to get going, but I think by the third period there, we kind of took over the game and, really, really liked our third period, and obviously had a huge comeback there, down 3-1, heading into the third, and came back and won 5-3. So it was a great effort by the guys.
I mean, just following it from afar, you mentioned that third period. Was that as good as we've looked?
Yeah, it was up there. We go through a lot of the stats after the games, and our possession time, our shots, our kind of won battles, kind of everything, scoring chances. Our third period was pretty dominant there, in the third. And I think there's a little bit of it right now. We got a lot of confidence against Pensacola. I was talking to Robbie Fisher after the game, and he's like, honestly, going into the third, he's like, I still felt like we were going to win that game, even though we were down 3-1. So again, I think we got a lot of confidence against that team right now.
And how much of that spilled over from making it to the championship round last year? Because 13 players on this roster come from last year, Coach.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's a big reason why we've got up to a good start this year. 13 guys coming back. They're the guys that are kind of leading the way. Obviously, we've had some, rookies really step up and have good starts. But, having that group back, one of the things we've talked about this year was just, it's not going to be easy, and we want to make sure that, we're, kind of playing with a little bit of a chip on our shoulder. We lost last year in the finals. It's like, it's not easy to get back there. So the guys know that, and, they've come out and they've played really hard in the first, 10 games.
What's the next step? I mean, this is still very early in the season, at least in my standpoint, Coach. But what is that next step that you'd like to see?
Yeah, it's one of the things we talked about. It's a process throughout the whole year. It's not just, not just focusing on the results. It's about the process. I think one of the things, out of the gate here, we've had a little bit of slow start. So it's trying to find a way to have a better first period, first 10 minutes. So it's something that we've been addressing here over the first couple of weeks. Special teams, power play actually got going this weekend, which was good to see. Again, it was off to a bit of a slow start. So, it's some of that stuff that we're trying to just, key in on, like each week, just trying to, improve one area of our game. And again, just kind of building that process throughout the year so that, again, when we come playoff time, just like last year, I think we're rolling, we're going to playoffs. So, it's a slow build. It's a long season. So, it's just being patient with the group and just trying to get better every day.
Well, there's many points at which I feel older, and I'm thinking you feel older, but seeing size number get retired definitely aged me a couple of decades, Coach.
Yeah, it was nice having him back in town. Obviously, a well-deserved honor there for him. It was great. Got to hang out with him for, a couple days too. Went out to dinner with him one night, and then, after a game there on Saturday, get to, go and have a couple of drinks with them, and then actually hung out with them again on Sunday. So, yeah, it was awesome having, I think anytime we get any of the guys, the old players, alumni back into town is always fun. So it was good having him back around. There's some of the guys that played with him too, like Dom and Fish and some of them. So I know they were excited to see him. And, we had him around the locker room a little bit because, again, he's a player that's won here. And, again, he was part of the, the culture and everything that got built here. So it was good having him around and, talking with some of the guys. And, yeah, it was awesome. Obviously get honored that night there and, he had a lot of family here too, which was nice for him. So, yeah, it was great having him back in town.
You seem more comfortable. You just seem more comfortable this year than last year. And it's not as if this was your first go around, but just do you feel more comfortable as being the head coach?
Yeah, I think, after getting that 1 year experience again, last year, there's definitely a little bit of unknown. I felt pretty confident, but again, you still just, there's areas you don't know, especially last year. Last year was the complete opposite. We said we had 13 returners. Last year it was 13, 14 rookies too, So, I think with a good group coming back, we got a good leadership group and, I think just a year of experience under my belt too. Yeah, 100%. I definitely a lot more, comfortable this year. And, at the same time though, we're not just trying to, sit on that either. I'm still trying to make sure that, I'm still getting better, learning, and, just find the right buttons to push with the guys as well.
How big of a role does Glenn DeTulio have? Just someone you can maybe lean on for a tough decision here and there?
Yeah, it's actually something we talked about this summer. I think last year he did a really, he said it himself. He really stepped back and just let kind of Ty and I just run the ship. You know what I mean? He didn't want to get too involved, even though I'm sure there's times he kind of wanted to a little bit, but he said, yeah, he just stayed back. And, something we talked about this summer a little bit was, him, just, being able to come in and even hop on the ice a few more times this year, work with some of the players. He still likes doing that stuff. So, it's always good to, still be able to reach out to him and bounce, ideas off of him too. Obviously did it for a long time, 10, 11 seasons, whatever it was. So again, he's got a lot of experience. So, it's never bad to, get the opinion or get some advice from, someone that's done it for a long time that has a lot of experience. So, yeah, it's definitely nice to have him around.
And we've already seen call-ups and then player back as well. But it's a sign, I think, of a roster that is showing that you've got the right dudes, for lack of a better term, Coach.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, obviously Willie went up. He actually played really well in the game. We got to watch parts of the game, especially the first period there. I think they got outplayed pretty bad, and Willie had a really good game. I think ended up actually getting first star of the game too. So it was really good for him. With the goaltending situation, it's very fluid. I think, the Buffalo Sabres signed a goalie. He got sent down to Rochester. Rochester sent down to Jacksonville. It's just a trickle down effect as far as goalies. So, we're excited to get Willie back though. He's had a really good start to the year, but yeah, we got a lot of players, I think that are probably going to get some looks this year too. I know we've already had one other guy had an opportunity to take a call up, but, turned it down. Just didn't feel like it was the right opportunity. So, he decided to stay here, which is awesome. We always appreciate that. But at the same time, yeah, I think there's going to be some, younger players, some rookies this year that are going to get some opportunities. And, that's it's good for them. We're here trying to develop them and make them better hockey players. And, at the same time, it makes our team better too. So, when these guys get that opportunity, it's awesome for them.
So when Austin came down here, you told me he drove 8 hours?
Yeah.
Is that about right?
Yeah, I think, 8. Well, it might have been 10 hours. I think he said. So, yeah. So he called me, I think it was Thursday at 2:00. He's like, yeah, I'm coming. He's committed to us. He obviously had some other options, but he's like, nope, I want to be in Huntsville. I was like, awesome. I'm like, what's your plan? He's like, I'm going to get on the road the next half hour. I'm like, all right. And I kind of asked him,
and then he played Friday night?
Oh, I asked him, I'm like,
I know.
Yeah, I'm like, do you want to play? He's like, man, that's why I'm making the decision. He's like, I want to get to playing. So,
did you ever do anything like that, Coach? You personally play after a 10-hour car trip?
Yeah, I'm not, not that I can think of. I don't know. I don't remember any of those, but we're excited for him. We think he's a really good player, and when he made that commitment, he wanted to jump right in the lineup right away too. I always love that when players want to just get in and play. So
scored a goal Saturday night.
Yeah, 2 goals actually. Yeah,
2 goals.
2 goals. So yeah, he had good game. Scored the first goal and then scored the tying goal there. And then, so he's off to a good start for us. So I know the guys are excited to have him around too. So
how do you shuffle in terms of what makes a good fit? How much do you do that in practice just to kind of get in your mind of who works well with who, or is that more of guys coming to you saying, boy, I think I work well with this guy?
I don't think the guys necessarily say too much. There's times where I'll have conversations with guys like, hey, like, I think at the start of the year here, Buster was on, that one of like probably a really dynamic line last year with Stewart and Phil Elgstam, but Phil's unfortunately been hurt, to start the year here. Stewie obviously went over to France. So it's been trying to, find a way to get him going. I had the conversation with him a little bit, asking him who he was interested in playing in, but at the same time, I think there's been a couple lines early in the year that found some chemistry right off the bat. So, we've tried to roll with them a little bit, but last weekend, Doug Ellickson gets hurt and Phil's out, and then, Noah Finstrom was unavailable for a game. So, there's a lot of shuffling going on. And then, you see a game, like last Saturday, we happened to put a line together and it worked really well. So, we're going to roll with that line here for a little bit, since, it seems like they got some chemistry. And so sometimes it's a little bit fluent, guys in and out of the lineup. You just never know what's going to happen. But, it's nice when you find some chemistry with one line and hopefully try to keep them together for a while.
You have an early thought on Roanoke?
Yeah. They're a team that got off to a bit of a slow start this year, but I think they've won 4 straight. Last weekend, they put up, I think it was 14 goals or something like that last weekend. So, they got 2 players returned from the ECHL as well that are good players for them. Widmar and Pepe, and they both had really good weekends. And I know they got a couple guys on the IR that are about to come off as well. So I think they're going to be a really tough test. They got a lot of guys back from last year, and I'm sure they're going to want to come in here and win. Obviously a team we eliminated last year, so they're going to be pretty motivated. And like I said, they've won 4 in a row, so they're starting to click. And it's going to be a really tough test on Friday.
So and I guess the other factor, of course, is the crowd. And what kind of energy have you felt so far in the building this year, Coach?
Yeah, I think we're still got the sellout streak going. So the building's been pretty electric there. I know opening night was really loud. I definitely remember that. It was a pretty big night. So, but like overall, again, just packing the building. It's definitely a huge motivation for the guys. I think you come skating out of the Wolfhead to that, and it's pretty electric. So again, there's no reason why the guys shouldn't be fired up every game playing in front of our fans.
Can't help but want to at least end our conversation here with the players that are here. Another set of brothers, with Dom and Gio. Let's start with Gio. What's the early impressions that you have so far of Gio?
Yeah, it's been really good. A young player that's come in, put him right in on the penalty kill right away. He's a guy, we trust. He's got a lot of responsibilities on the PK. We've had him out in the last minute of games and stuff like that. So again, he's got some good, defensive responsibilities, understands the game really well. So, he's a guy that we've been able to trust early on. And then he's also chipped in, I think, with 4 goals, had the game winner, Saturday night in Pensacola. It was about 3 or 4 minutes left, and had him out there, and he scored a huge goal for us too. So I think like I said, we've trusted him on the defensive side of the puck, but he's also been contributing on the offensive side. So I think he's a guy that brings some energy, gets in on the forecheck, kind of creates a little bit of chaos, and he's been around the net to score his goals too, which is something we talked about this summer that an area we need to improve on was scoring some of those greasy goals around the net, not just the tic-tac-toe or on the power play and stuff like that. So, he's fit in well there.
And as for Dom, coming back from that injury, it was one of the more gruesome injuries. How does he look to you, Coach?
Yeah, again, he's come in right away, playing big minutes for us again. It's he always gets the probably the hardest minutes too as a defenseman there. A lot of times, Ty puts him out there. it's always against the team's best lines. And like coming up this weekend against Roanoke, they got two guys that are, leading the league in scoring. And, he's going to be out there playing those hard minutes. He's out there, pretty much all the PK, at least probably a minute and a half on the PK. So, he's kind of slotted right back into the role that he had last year. And then, obviously a great leader on the ice. And, early on had a, fight early on, sticking up for a teammate. So all that, all those intangibles too are, a huge part of, what Dom brings too. So, it's been a good start for him to the start of the year as well.
Because I remember running in to their mother up in Peoria, and she was excited about them playing. So I can only imagine what the Procopio family is feeling right now.
Yeah, I'm sure it's exciting. You get to sit there and watch, one hockey game and get to see both your kids. So it's definitely nice. I think she was in town. I think it was the last weekend or 2 weekends ago too. So
okay,
she came in to visit and got to see both kids play too. So it's definitely it's probably exciting for their family as well.
Well, it's great to have you here, and this is I'm excited about this. This feels long overdue, but thank you so much, Kevin.
Yeah, not a problem. Let's
go ahead and take our first time out. It's the Havoc Hour right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com.
Rich Eisen here from Monday Night Football on Westwood One. Join us all season long as we get you ready for primetime NFL action every Monday night. Along with Kevin Harlan, Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner, and the entire Westwood One team will take you inside the locker rooms and the stadiums for exclusive previews and all the play-by-play action. Every week on Monday Night Football.
Right here on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Forgiveness. Wow, what a word. What a gift. All of us have done things in our lives that we regret. All of us have done things that are disobedient. All of us have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Thank God for his forgiveness. Thank God that he separates our sins as far as the east is from the west and remembers them no more. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor at Cross Point Church, smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison. Check us out at cpcfamily.org.
The Iron Bowl began in 1893. It is November, so it's time for another Iron Bowl. We'll get you up to date on the latest, hearing from both coaches and reliving some of the more memorable moments from past Iron Bowls. 1989.
I don't need to tell you the magnitude of this Lyle field goal of 34 yards. Angle to the left. The ball will be placed down on the near side hash mark by Dickinson. There's the kick. Kick is away. Kick is good. Auburn 30, Alabama 20. Well, the Auburn sideline is celebrating, and they just brought out the Gatorade jug, and they doused Coach Dye. He's soaking wet. 3rd down and 10 for Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth out of the shotgun is going to throw long. Looking for Sanderson. Knocked down and intercepted. Intercepted by Dennis Wallace. And this one, my friends, is history.
Have you discovered Good Company Cafe? The place for breakfast, brunch, lunch, and so much more. Enjoy brunch all day and pair with one of our many seasonal refreshing drinks, including alcoholic and non-alcoholic options. Choose inside or outside on our gorgeous, spacious, dog-friendly patio. And have some fun with friends playing yard games in the courtyard. See catering, to-go options, and lots more at goodcompany-cafe.com. Good Company Cafe, 7500 South Memorial Parkway.
Take it to the house this football season with the Alabama Manufactured Housing Association. If Alabama or Auburn returns their first received kickoff in the second half for a touchdown at a home SEC game, one lucky fan will win up to a $75,000 down payment towards the purchase of a manufactured home from an authorized AMHA dealer. Don't miss your chance to take it to the house this season and win a beautiful manufactured home. Register to win today at auburntigers.com/ticket-to-the-house or rolltide.com/ticket-to-the-house. Certain terms and conditions may apply. To learn more, visit alamha.org.
Your home of the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
You chill out when you're supposed to chill out. You work when you're supposed to work. You don't chill out when you're supposed to be working.
97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
It is the Havoc Hour, live here from Zambrewski's, presented by Stockton Mortgage, your power play and mortgage lending. Call Jen DiTullio at 402-350-0392. And now we've got a couple of Havoc players here as we're going all Procopio. Dom and Gio, how are you, gentlemen?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Happy to be here.
Yeah.
First time with the headset on or little nerves?
In a while. It's
Yeah.
been about a couple of years for me.
Yeah, I haven't had a headset on in a while either. So
Gotcha. Well, it's tell me the last time you two were on the rink together playing for the same team.
never.
Okay.
It's our first time ever officially on any sanctioned team or anything playing together. I mean, growing up and stuff, we'd be on the ice together all the time, but on one team, it's our first time together. So it's
Y'all are about 3 years apart, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, was that done like on a purpose or just kind of fell that way, or?
I don't know.
Great
question.
We're from in Detroit. Growing up, it'd be by birth year.
Okay.
Unless you were really, really advanced. So like a 3-year jump in the youth hockey there would be
significant.
So we were always at pretty decently high levels of youth hockey where we were just kind of in our age group. So it just never shook up that way.
Yeah, like for me to be able to play up with him, I would have to have been really good at a really young age. So I don't think I was ever that fortunate enough to play at a 97 birth year as a 2000. So
fair enough. But I mean, with where you grew up there at Grosse Pointe, you literally look at Canada right across the way. Tell me the experience of growing up on the suburbs of Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, it's hockey. I would equate hockey to a little bit like football down here.
Mm-hmm.
I think where we're from in Metro Detroit, there's probably 30 to 35 rinks in an hour.
Wow.
And that's rinks. Probably 60 to 70 ice sheets. So there's a lot of ice. Hockey's kind of one of the bigger ones. There's still football and baseball and stuff. And then growing up, we're so close to Canada, 20, 25 minutes. We'd be in Windsor, Ontario, Toronto a lot for tournaments. And it's funny because the first time my wife Grace came up, she's from Louisiana. She couldn't believe that she could see Canada from downtown Detroit. Then it was another country. So I had to convince her. I'm like, no, that is Canada. It's another country. So,
yeah. Dom, you said that pretty good. I think just being from Detroit, like it's a huge hockey town. We always grew up going to the Red Wing games, going to the old Joe Louis Arena. That was always something I'll remember. The smell of the beer on the stairs. It's a great hockey town, and it's not really, you can't really compare it to Huntsville with just one minor pro team. There's the Red Wings, there's OHL teams, there's junior teams, college teams. So definitely a hockey hotbed for sure.
So Red Wings.
Oh yeah.
I mean, hardcore. It's been a rough stretch here for your Red Wings.
We were spoiled growing up.
Yeah.
I don't think they missed the playoffs till I was like 21 years old. So
I think they made it like 24 years in a row or something.
So I don't. That was the first time I've seen them, struggle. But we're diehards, so we don't go anywhere. We're not going anywhere.
For all Detroit sports, we're diehard.
So Lions country.
Absolutely.
They're rolling right now.
Man. Yeah, Gio, I got to give Gio credit. I've always liked football like the Lions, but Gio's been more dialed in on the Lions, I think, the last 5-6 years. But I definitely have taken full advantage of them being good again, too. I love them. And if the city of Detroit wins the Super Bowl, it will burn to the ground.
100%. It's a great time to be a Lions fan, for sure. It's awesome. Every Sunday, we're confident.
Well, why wouldn't you be? Yeah. Especially after what they did to the Jags.
Oh, man. It's good for my fantasy team, too.
So that was the other part of being on the bus a handful of years of just the fantasy football aspect.
Yeah.
I mean, walk me through a little bit of that.
Yeah, we have a team this year, or I guess a league with our team.
Mm-hmm.
So I think 10 teams.
Yeah, we got 10
so
guys.
A couple guys from the years past, like Kilcheski and Matt Duran are in it too. And it's very competitive. The buy-in's not too much. It's nothing crazy. It's just guys have, they're competitive. They want to win. And I've made a couple of really good trades this year. So I'm public enemy number one.
You want to give me an example of what's
I traded Benito Posa, Jameson Williams on the line, he's a good receiver for Drake London on the Falcons, and
steal.
Oh yeah, and everyone was really upset with me, and I was like, "Why are you mad at me? Be mad at Posa. He accepted it." So it's kind of stuff like that. It's really good for the locker room. It gets guys talking, and every Sunday, you get to have some friendly banter. You know?
A lot of fun trash talking.
I feel like Dan Campbell could be an excellent defenseman.
Oh yeah,
if you taught Dan Campbell how to skate, he'd probably beat up everybody. He's got that look to him.
Yeah.
He's got that craziness in his eye.
And that demeanor. Everyone will just like listen to what he says in the locker room too. 100%.
I'd play for him.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean.
Football. I didn't play football. I'll play football for Dan Campbell any day.
I'll put on the pads for him.
Yeah.
So that defensive mentality, how much do you have to dial in that regard when you go out on the ice?
Yeah, I think for me, my game's always been pretty defensive growing up. I've never really been blessed with the skill of goal scoring per se, but no, I always just try and play hard and battle hard, and I think it's got me this far in my career. And yeah, I mean, we know who every team's best player is, their best lines, kind of their tendencies to, and Ty do a good job of preparing us every week. And for me, it's just a mindset, all week kind of leading up, we'll tailor a practice to a certain opponent or whatnot. And yeah, for me, my goal is goals and points. They're an added bonus, but I'm just trying to keep the puck out of the net, help the goalies out, kind of shut down their top scorers. So
what is the one part of Gio's game that you would like to have in your game, vice versa, Gio? But I'm going to ask you first, older brother.
Yeah. I don't know. There's probably like 2 or 3 I'd take from him. Probably just poise with the puck in the O-zone or his skating. He's a pretty good skater, so I had to work really hard to be a competent skater. So
For me, it would probably be the way he kills players with his stick. He's really good defensively on just his gaps and being able to kill offensive players coming into our zone, shutting down plays that way. I would definitely take that from him for sure.
Of positioning where you need to be, either in the O-zone or the defensive zone, how important is where you're situated at in terms of, listen, puck possession, I get it. It's very important. But in terms of getting your body in the right move and right in the right place, how much do you guys work on that?
It's huge. I mean, that's kind of part of our system, just knowing where each guy is supposed to be and being able to be comfortable with switching your role. That all comes through communication. We have a lot of drills where we talk things out. And if we don't talk, Stu, Ty, they get very mad at us. So, yeah, that's a huge role in just being able to be comfortable and being able to be familiar and confident that you have to be in certain spots on the ice, just so we come out of our D zone as one and we also play offense as one.
Yeah, and it's a pretty fluid game. So, you're going to get all over. No one's in a fixed position for more than a couple seconds. So I think too, a lot of it's mental. So kind of reading the game, reading the play. I think that you'll see that a lot of older guys who've been in the league or just all around in the sport, they kind of play with their mind a bit, anticipating plays where the puck's going to go, kind of reading the opponent, stuff like that. So it's called, growing up, they used to call it hockey IQ or hockey sense. And it's a hard thing to teach. I think it's more of a learned skill. So, at a certain level, the more you're at it, the more you kind of realize, hey, if I'm here, I'm giving up this lane to the net or something, just little stuff. And the more you do it, it just kind of becomes instinctual, really. So it happens so fast that you don't really have time to cognizantly think about it. It's more a subconscious thing, I'd say.
Yeah, that's pretty spot on.
In terms of coming back after your injury, tell me a little bit, walk me through that process. How long did that overall take for you to get back on the ice, Don?
Yeah, so I was back skating here at the IcePlex, just putting some weight on the ankle in June, but I don't think I was ready to play a game probably till coming into camp, really. I mean, it was a long road. It was definitely trying at times. The rehab was a big pain in the butt, but a good one. I had a great team around me here in Huntsville with, the Havoc, Cody Miller, our AT. I worked with Huntsville Hospital and all of them doing PT as well. So it was a pretty big body of work to just try and feel back to normal and be able to play again. So I think I'd say for me, got hurt in March at the beginning, probably 6.5-ish months to 7 months to get really, really going. And then as the game's gotten on, I've been feeling way more comfortable out there again. So I'm starting to feel like my old self a bit back there and kind of excited to just put it behind me and just keep going forward here.
Well, with 13 guys back making that run, how much of that momentum to end the season you think carried over to this hot start?
Yeah, I think for me, being on the sidelines is definitely a pretty. I don't want to be selfish because I mean that we went that far as a team, but it sucked for me personally not being able to be out there and I think it motivates all those guys to come back and put in a big work during the summer. I think, if that doesn't motivate,
but I would think it would be a motivating factor for you as well, Don, knowing what's coming back and knowing what you can add to the team as well.
Yeah, for me personally, like it drove me all summer. It drove me through kind of the darker days of the injury and just, put in so much work, but you're not seeing the results immediately. It can be frustrating. So that's always been in the back of my mind. And, I think we've come in with a good group. And personally, I think like the older guys and the younger guys are doing a great job. And, you don't win a championship tomorrow. You build up to it. And I think Stu and Ty are doing a great job kind of setting us on that path. And at the end of the day, the playoffs in this league are 2 out of 3. So you just got to get hot at the right moment and rely kind of on your instincts and your experience. So for me, it was pretty much most of the motivating factor. It was a long way of saying it. So,
So finally, with the fantasy football thing going on, whose team's ahead of who?
He is right now. He's you're 8-3.
Yeah.
Have y'all been head to head yet?
Yeah, you beat me.
I beat him.
I'm 7-4. He's 8-3.
Yeah.
So we're battling it out right now.
I think we might be poised for a championship round against each other.
Yeah, we'll see. Robo and who else?
Jack. Yannick.
Yeah,
Yannick's got a good
Yannick's
team.
got a good team too, and Poso. I think it's those 5 that are competing.
And Mason Palmer and Craig McCabe are struggling. Same with Jeremy Gervais. They're all. I'll call them out.
Yeah, I'm for that. The more content, the better. More than anything, guys. I can't thank you enough for hopping on.
Yeah.
This is, and especially here at the IcePlex with the Tykes behind us. And I imagine there's a little nostalgia there as well.
Yeah, it's always fun. We practice here sometimes, and then I come do work with TPH here on Monday and Wednesday nights. So kind of giving back with them and being around the little guys, it makes you appreciate where you're at a lot more as an adult too. So.
Absolutely, yeah. Even in the summer in Michigan, we have youth camps that we work at. That's kind of where I get the feel of, feeling appreciative and feeling blessed to be where I'm at now, because I was once that kid that's trying to learn how to play. But I actually hated playing hockey at first. I was crying on the ice when I first started playing when I was 4, and it took me like 1 or 2 years to realize, hey, maybe I like this hockey thing. So
he was a soccer kid at first.
I was. Yeah,
really?
I was a soccer kid.
Okay, so what's your soccer team?
Oh gosh, well, I mean, I'm more of an international guy, so like,
I was thinking Euro.
Our Italian heritage, just watching Team Italy in the Euro Cup and the World Cup. That's something I love. Yeah.
I love American soccer, but Italian soccer's had a little more success, so they're easy to root for sometimes.
Yeah, I also love watching USA soccer too. They're kind of, they're struggling, but you never know. You never know. No.
I wanted to end with the opening night. Dom, I don't know if you were down here to watch your older brother down here, but to experience opening night inside the VBC, another packed arena, what was that like for you?
It was unbelievable. And for the past 2 years, I was able to come down for a couple games just to watch the Havoc and just be a fan watching Tom. To be able to share the blue line with him for that intro and the national anthem, I'll never forget that. I had chills and I was ready to go. And I think fortunately we won that game pretty good. So.
Yeah, beat Pensy pretty well.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was a moment I'll never forget.
So, I mean, not to tell on myself, guys, I've called 2 games so far, and I'm 0-2. And, yeah, I'm that kind of guy where, I mean, in my next game, if I go 0-3, I'm seriously going to have some issues.
No, come on.
Don't put that on yourself.
Yeah, don't put that on yourself. Blame it on Stu, not us either. Blame it on Stu.
It's all on Stu.
Yeah.
All right, I like that. Guys, I can't thank you enough for hopping on.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Steve. Thank you.
Let's take a time out. It's the Havoc Hour right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com.
Ho, ho, ho. Bob Baumhauer here. Need a stocking stuffer for this Christmas? We've got you covered at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Surprise everyone in the house this year as they empty their Christmas stockings to find our popular gift cards. Now, through December 24th, you'll receive a $5 bonus card with every $25 gift card purchase. So put a Christmas smile on everyone's face with these great stocking stuffers. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food. Merry Christmas.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
Take it to the house this football season with the Alabama Manufactured Housing Association. If Alabama or Auburn returns their first received kickoff in the second half for a touchdown at a home SEC game, one lucky fan will win up to a $75,000 down payment towards the purchase of a manufactured home from an authorized AMHA dealer. Don't miss your chance to take it to the house this season and win a beautiful manufactured home. Register to win today at auburntigers.com/ticket-to-the-house or rolltide.com/ticket-to-the-house. Certain terms and conditions may apply. To learn more, visit alamha.org.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Hi, folks. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, inviting you to come test drive any one of our over 100 F-150s. From rock-solid, dependable work trucks to our state-of-the-art Platinum Series, we've got an F-150 for you. Test drive one today, and you'll understand why the F-150 is the best-selling truck in America, going on 48 years in a row. Just as successful offenses and defenses are built on teamwork, Woody Anderson Ford is powered by our people. Our sales and service teams are well trained to save you time and money. And because we want your business again and again, no one will work harder to earn it. Our mobile service teams come to your home or business for oil changes, brake work, tire rotations, and more. And the great thing is you don't pay extra for it. We come to you with mobile service at no extra charge. Proud to be local, family-owned, and at your service for over 62 years. Woody Anderson Ford, Alabama's F-150 Superstore.
From Coleman to Fayetteville and all points in between.
Son, pull the hammer back. Smokey's coming at you in a plain white wrapper.
97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Back here at Zambrewski's as the Havoc Hour presented by Stockton Mortgage. Your power play and mortgage lending, called Jen DeTulio at 402-350-0392 for all of your mortgage needs. As Coach Glenn DeTulio, I just always call you Coach, but do I need to call you GM, or what do I need to call you here?
You can call me whatever you want. Yeah,
Coach Glenn. Well, we do have a dump button back. Anyway, no, I'm only joking, Coach. Early impressions are, it feels like this team picked up exactly where we left off in Peoria.
Yeah, I think when you bring back as many guys as Stu and Ty were able to bring back, there's certainly going to be a lot of motivation. They had a tremendous year last year. I think, probably surprised some people outside of maybe the locker room. But you got a group that, came that close and, they're hungry. They want to win that extra game and, be the team that is skating with a trophy at the end of the year. So I think you can kind of tell those guys came back excited. A bunch of them committed, without hesitation. And so it's always good to bring back a core. They did a great job coaching them last year. So you've got a bunch of guys that, are helping the coaching staff, pass the message on to the other players and the new players. And, the more returning players you have, the more overlap, the easier it is to continue that culture that we've had here for a long time. And, the new guys have come right in and it seems like they're right on board with what the team wants to do.
And with that being said, it just, we struggled with the power play last year right out of the gate. At least in the two games that I've seen, it feels like there are more opportunities. That feels like it's been fine-tuned a little bit better.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, I think power play, can be, it just can run hot and cold. I think, your goal is to run over 20% on the year, and you might have a month where you're running 40%, and you might have a month where you're struggling and sometimes it's you have a really talented team, but you don't have the pieces that quite fit in the right positions. Sometimes you still, you start rolling and maybe somebody gets injured and it changes the chemistry. There's so many different things. And, I know they've done a lot of homework, Stu and Ty, on how they want to do the power play and pre-scout and what other teams are doing. And I think the beginning of the year, typically, your power play can be more successful because I think defensively, it's harder to implement your defensive systems at the beginning of the year. So I think, when you bring back some returning players and you get them on the ice and, they've already kind of worked together, I think you can kind of take advantage of, the power play. And honestly, you can take advantage of the schedule at the beginning of the year. A lot of teams are trying to, bring in new players and sort things out. And we've typically had a really good start. And when you bring guys back, you're not spending hours and hours trying to teach and implement. You're really, in a lot of ways, starting where you left off with most of your team, and then it's just helping the other guys. And, a lot of it is by osmosis. And, I think the power play obviously, has looked pretty good early, and the teams looked really good early.
Was there any part of you last year when you were unplugged, say, from that day-to-day grind that you were like, let's go down and see what's going on downstairs? Was there any part of you at any point last year?
You know what? I make a point every morning. I grab a coffee and I go sit with the coaching staff, and I'm tuned into what's going on. But it's really just listening. And there's times maybe where maybe I can offer something, but I'm not going in there trying to give my opinion on anything. I mean, like I said, they've done an amazing job, and it's nice to just be down there to some of the guys I still coach that are around on the team, and I'll jump on the ice once in a while just to kind of, which is fun for me. I can work on some individual things and not have to worry about running to practice and worry about the big picture. You can pull a couple guys, have a few conversations. So, there's still some knowledge that, I share when I can, but I'm certainly not trying to influence in any way. And, like I said, I got full trust in what they're doing, and I think the record, speaks for itself. So, I'd be crazy to go in there and try to ask them to do anything different. Let's be honest.
Well, and then also the Havoc way spilling over into North Carolina, because we're starting to see Kyle Sharkey have some success there in Fayetteville, Coach. It is neat to see from afar Kyle, one, get his opportunity, and two, overall, I mean, goodness gracious, 16 points through 10 games.
Yeah, I love it. Sharkey was a huge piece of what we did here. I love coaching Sharkey. I mean, probably, similar to, I feel like to myself and Ty and some of those players that, being a bit undersized and maybe not looking like the typical hockey player, maybe wouldn't have gotten the same look somewhere else. And but he's a hockey player through and through. He's an absolute gamer. Was awesome to be at the rink. I mean, a guy that every morning had a smile on his face and just loved hockey. So there's no surprise that. I think, a lot of people say they want to coach, and then they find out the amount of hours you got to put into coach and what you're going to get paid. And then they're like, I don't know if I really want to coach. Right. And I think Sharky's one of those that, I mean, from the get-go, I knew he was going to be involved in, it's just in his blood. Like, there was no question. You look at his path, he went and did a year of assistant coach in Minot, North Dakota, to cut his teeth and just get behind the bench, because just taking an opportunity is hard. Like, everybody wants to do it, but to get in coaching at any level in any sport, you have to start somewhere, and it's usually at the bottom, and it's usually on a semi-volunteer, very low-paid basis. And again, not a lot of people want to pay or do that or pay the dues. And Sharky went there, did that for a year. Got tremendous experience, and then got his opportunity in Fayetteville last year as an assistant coach. They had a great year in Fayetteville, and then, his coach takes a head coaching job in the USHL, and next, you're a head coach. So it's just a great example of you've got to be willing to take that first opportunity, and it might not be the sexiest opportunity, but if you really want to do it, you just never know where it's going to lead to. And seeing, Sharky doing a great job in Fayetteville, I couldn't be happier. I mean, he's just a tremendous person. And, I hope he wins every game except, the games he plays against us. And you know what? If we can beat him in overtime and he gets a point, I'd be okay with that too.
Well, as long as we get that extra point, I'm good with that too, Coach. There were certain things, I mentioned it earlier, with Stu. There are certain things that age me. I think him being a head coach.
You're telling me.
Oh my goodness, great! I can't imagine. So
I mean, I've got players that I'm getting pictures of them having kids and all that stuff, and which is super. I mean, it's so cool. But yeah, I mean, there's. I look back at when, I think when I'm here at the IcePlex, I think the first year we won a championship, my daughter had a championship game here, and almost the whole team came to watch. And, Trasker and Cy, and you look back like Sharky and Cheech, I look over there and we had almost the whole Havoc team at a random Tuesday night youth hockey game. And my daughter at the time was probably maybe, I don't even know, maybe 10 or 11 years old. So it wasn't a fluke that team was as special as it was. I mean, that just, they weren't asked to do that. They showed up, they were cheering. I mean, it meant so much to me. It was a highlight for my daughter to see that happen. And then to see them win, I mean, to just sit back and see a team like that win. I mean, you just couldn't be happier for a group of guys. So yeah, it does age you a little bit though. Cause now my daughter's in college and, things have changed.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have, Coach. Always fun to talk with you. And it feels like this show in particular is a long time coming because of the fan base.
No, absolutely. I think
it's fueled by the fan base.
For sure. And I think, we really wanted to work in partnership here with the Ice Sports Complex. They've been tremendous partners with us. And we really wanted to, I don't think people realize how beautiful the bar is up here at Zambrewski's. I think, unless you've really been here, and even if you've been here, I'm not sure people realize. So we really want to try to bring some people here and get them to see that there's more to the IcePlex than, just a couple sheets of ice. Like this is a really great facility. So
steak sandwich.
Yeah, that too. So we're hoping, we can talk hockey. I think, coaches and players love talking hockey. I think our fans love it. And hopefully we can get some people, come through the doors and come check out this building.
Thank you, Coach.
Absolutely, anytime.
Let's go ahead and take our final timeout. We'll wrap things up on the other side. It's the Havoc Hour here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hi, my name is Dan Aldridge. I'm here to let you know about the Aldridge Law Firm and the soon-to-be-announced Legal Town Center. I've been practicing law in Alabama since 1984, and I also practice in Tennessee. And I'm from North Alabama, and I'm here to represent you and take care of your legal needs. For many of us, hiring an attorney is not high on the priority list, and maybe a little scary. But it's something that we all need at some point. So by all means, do your homework. And if you need representation for car accident, wrongful death, medical malpractice, nursing home abuse, or estate planning, or any other matter, just give us a call at 256-534-3188. And you can email me at Dan, that is Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. God bless America.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Are you tired of power outages disrupting your life? It's time for a Generac standby generator from Current Electrical. Storms may rage outside, but inside your family's powered up. So why choose Current Electrical for your generator needs? 1, we offer a wide range of models to suit every budgeted energy requirement. 2, our project managers handle every step of the process: power, gas, permitting, and inspections. 3, our certified technicians install your generator with precision, ensuring peace of mind. Don't wait for the next blackout. Call 256-880-1880 or visit us online at jetsuperstore.com.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
The new Cheeseburger Bobby's on Carl T. Jones Drive in South Huntsville is focused on serving great food prepared with the absolute freshest ingredients, featuring classic hamburgers and cheeseburgers with lots of specialty options, chicken and hot dogs, even turkey burgers and veggie burgers, along with fresh cut fries, onion rings, or coleslaw. Always fresh, never frozen, except for the frozen custard. See all the delicious options at Cheeseburger Bobby's for yourself. Check out the menu and more at cheeseburgerbobbies.com.
It all comes back to money.
Visit our store right now at zonedeals.bigdealsmedia.net to take advantage of all the best deals in the Tennessee Valley. Or just go to our website, 977espn.com, and click on the Zone Deals logo to start saving right now.
Now, as to the price.
These deals won't last long, so get yours now. Zone Deals. You'll thank us later.
A man who could easily afford to buy a vowel.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. We drop into the low and mid-50s as we head into the overnight, early into your Wednesday morning. A mostly sunny sky Wednesday afternoon. Temperature seasonal for this time of year, climbing into the low and mid-60s. Cooler as we head into the Thursday morning commute. We're going to start the day in the lower 40s. Plenty of sunshine Thursday afternoon, but we are going to be much cooler across the Tennessee Valley. Temperatures only climbing into the low and mid-50s, dropping into the mid-30s as we head into the Friday morning commute. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hold your block until the whistle blows.
From SEC Media Days to the National Championship game.
This was a great team win.
We are 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Winding things down here in the Havoc Hour. Havoc will be back at home. Less than 350 tickets are currently available. Head over to HuntsvilleHavoc.com for a Grateful Dead night. That is Friday night at the VBC. And then don't forget, it's a tradition unlike any other. It is Thanksgiving and hockey and Huntsville. And now we've got the Bulls on top of it as well. Birmingham will be in town here for a couple of games on Thursday the 28th, and then Star Wars night on the 29th. There might be a Darth Vader sighting on Black Friday. Just saying. Head over to HuntsvilleHavoc.com. Grab your tickets before they are scooped up because, again, we're just 350 tickets away from the 23rd consecutive sellout over at the VBC. A big thank you to all those that have made this show possible, including Stockton Mortgage, your power play in mortgage lending. Call Jen DiTullio at 402-350-0392. Our next Havoc Hour will be on Tuesday, December the 3rd. So long, everybody.
Are you tired of power outages disrupting your life? It's time for a Generac standby generator from Current Electrical. Storms may rage outside, but inside your family's powered up. So why choose Current Electrical for your generator needs? 1, we offer a wide range of models to suit every budget and energy requirement. 2, our project managers handle every step of the process: power, gas, permitting, and